everyone, and welcome to Vanillacraft Season 2, Episode 3. If you've been enjoying this series, please leave a like, subscribe, and favourite, etc. Tell a friend, blah blah blah. But the main reason I've started recording now is because, of these. I've found two little axolotls while I was just grinding out some materials. I also found this mine shaft, which is pretty exciting. So, look at these two little babies. I got a couple of little babies. They need names. So, guys, if you've got any ideas for names for our cute little friends that we've just found, please leave a comment down below with your ideas. I really did not expect to stumble across them. I had assumed, I don't know why, but that they weren't in this update. But there's two axolotls for us. Axolotls. Wee little babies. So yeah, please give me some name ideas for these cute wee schnookums. I'm going to get back to grinding us some more material. Okay, I've been doing so much grinding. All the boring stuff so we can really get started. At the end of this very long mine track, back that way is my mine, and here I've dug all the way to the 1.17 stuff so I can start finding these raw resources as well. So as you can see, I've got these deep slate versions of ores in my inventory so we can get those things. But it's all been so boring, so I haven't really recorded any of it. I was going to. I had OBS open, ready to record anything fun that happened, and I realized there is nothing interesting to see about mining. There's only so many times I can get excited about every diamond I find, so I'm just going to show you the results of it all. So here we go. As you can see, I've managed to get Silk Touch to, gather resources this way. I'm going to save all of the diamond ore until I can get fortune, because I have Silk Touch but no fortune. So I'm just going to save the diamonds until I do. For now, let's head. Let me got the redstone. I don't need the obsidian. Let's head back and I'll show you what progress we've made at the other end. I'll skip the trip. It's very long, so you don't have to watch it. And finally, we're at the other end. This is just the regular 1.16.5 mine. So let's head out of here and I can show you all the other progress I have made. So on my journeys, I managed to find some other things. These are very long stairs. Give me a moment. Up here, as you can see, I found this glow lichen, which I farm here for whenever I want it. And over here is where I've put the dripstone that I've managed to find to grow more dripstone. So if anyone doesn't know how to do it, this is basically 4 pieces of the dripstone put in your crafting table to make this block, and you have a water source or perhaps a lava source above it, and it drips down, and see here, I've got a new one. Wait. Do I not need the block at the bottom, just at the top? Oh, god damn it. Okay, so you get dripstone and it grows. I have no inventory space. And I just feel like a dumbass now. But because this is a lot of dripstones that I've turned into blocks that I didn't apparently need to. But yeah, so this is my quick dripstone farm, which I found while mining. And it's just so I can get more, and this is where I farm glow lichen. And now, up here is my finished starter base. I have been working very hard on this. I did not want to get into episode 3 without finishing my starter base. I figured that was far too long to not be finished with the starter base. So now I'm just going to give you a quick tour. Ta-da! Oh, okay, fine. But as you can see, I've been going very trigger happy with the new blocks. And this is my starter base. I made a beehive. I figured it was perfect for this little bee to live in it was a giant beehive. I even have actual bees living in the walls of my beehive. So I can gather resources and stuff and things. This entire place is lit up with glowstone berries. It's outside like a few tucked away lanterns under the azalea leaves to add light to where I can't reach them. Oh, I need to make a doghouse. something else I've been doing is trying to gather as many pets as I can. So here we have dogs, which we are naming after Rosette's viewers. So if you want to get a dog named after you, gotta go watch Rosette's stream when she's streaming Vanillacraft. Over here is our chickens, and I found a goat. Originally he was on the outside of this fence, but apparently he jumped over. He jumped over the fence, and here you go, for you. And now he lives in there. Isn't he cute? I hope to find a second one so I can breed them. Just over here is down into Rosette's demon pit and all that jazz. In the root of the tree I have the crafting room, and here I keep all the crafting stuff. This is Vanilla Cream. She guards this place from creepers. I have some candles in here because I wanted to try out the new blocks, and I love how you can, like, is this one not lit? Oh no, it's lit. It's lit. You can, like, add a random amount of them to really help the placement of them seem more, you know, interesting and visually, you know, fun. So over here, you walk through, I got Arctic foxes too. I've been really going at it with the pets. I want to get all of the pets. Over here, you just walk through the forest, which I've lit up with glowberries, and I've got some glow lichen here as well, just trying out how it looks on the tree. When the 1.17 version of Optifine comes out, I will show you all of this with shaders, because I really can't wait to see how all this lighting looks. I still have some non-glowberry lights just to make sure no mobs spawn around here. I've made these mushrooms. This is, I think it's a, what is this? What kind of what is this? Birch. It's a birch fence with a little mushroom block on top to make these cute little mushrooms to match the giant ones, just kind of like a middle size. So we've got the teeny ones, the middle size, and the big ones going. And I've just really gone ham with the new blocks, making this super magical and textured. One of my favorite things to do is you take one of these and you dig a hole and you just put it in there, and it looks like the flowers are on the ground, but I do not want that there. I want this to be a bush. So if you want the flowering azalea flowers to be on the ground, you could just pop one down there, and it just adds like a nice interesting diversity. Over here it's just my dock. This is really just for aesthetic purposes. Sometimes I fish off of here to get fish to breed more cats, which I'm using to keep my home safe from creepers. But besides that, this is really just for looks. I have no need for a dock, really. It's not like I can put boats here to go anywhere. It's a little pond. But the main thing I want to show you, as earlier at the beginning of this episode, I showed you that I found 2 axolotls that I want you to name. One of which is blue, which I have found out after is in fact the rarest type of axolotl. I did not know that. Here's the inside of my home. Honey, sweet honey, instead of home, sweet home. That's one of the glowing signs, which I tried out. But in this chest, I got a little bit obsessed, okay? These are the pink ones. This second line is all brown. Third line all gold. Fourth line all are the white ones. And in this chest I keep my 2 blue axolotls because they're the rarest. So I went a bit crazy with the axolotls. I couldn't help myself. They're so cute. But yeah, so this is my starter base. Here's a little map of my area, my bed, which I put some I like putting trapdoors around the bed just to give it kind of like a little bit of intrigue. It's like a little cot so I don't roll out of bed when I'm sleeping. And here is my trash can, because now that you can put lava in a cauldron, you can have a lava where you can throw things away that you won't be at risk of walking into, and you can put a trapdoor above it without it catching fire. So there's just another little fun thing. And you can put the azalea bushes in pots, and it's honestly now my favorite thing to have in a pot. It looks so cute. It's just so cute. Sure wish it wasn't raining though, but yeah, so that's my starter base. And I'm so happy with it. I worked so hard. If you want to see Rosette's stuff, you're going to have to go watch her stream now. I'm going to leave that kind of out of the episode because that's her content to share. But yeah, so this is my starter base. And with that done, we can start talking about our next build, which is either going to be the villager trading hall, because to the west we have a village where we can get them, or I want to make a mob farm, which I'm going to hide in a huge mushroom, because a mob farm, as you know, it's got that long pillar and then the area at the top where they spawn. I'm gesturing with my hands, which you cannot see. And it's the perfect shape to make into a giant mushroom. So I'll make the mob farm and hide it inside of a mushroom. I've already lit up a lot of the caves underneath me to help with the spawning. But yeah, so we've got big plans, big plans. But for today, our plan is to head back out into the 1.17 mine, go up a little bit to the area where the amethyst geodes spawn, because that is the only 1.17 thing that I do not have yet, as far as I am aware. I cannot think of anything else that I do not have yet. So I'm going to head out into the 1.17 area and we're going to start hunting geodes together. And hopefully we find one very pretty geode, because even with the Optifine zoom, you can combine them to zoom even further. So a lot of people were like, oh, the zoom from the spyglass won't matter. It's not interesting. But you can combine them to get an even stronger zoom. So I think... Jesus, the foxes make awful noises at night. But you guys are very cute. I still need to find red foxes because I want both. The two at the top are the parents, and this one is the one that is actually the one that I bred, so it's technically my fox. I'm thinking about selling them. But for now, let's head out into the 1.17 area and start hunting for an amethyst geode. Okay, so I took my minecart all the way out to the 1.17 area. It's such a long trip, and I've dug up to, is it Y? I think it's Y45, because apparently the geodes kind of spawn in the Y50-ish area and lower, or was it Y70? It was around there, so I've dug up to Y45 because geodes are quite big, and hoping that I might even just kind of nick one, because if we find the block that surrounds a geode, then we've found the geode. So we've got quite a wide area of a geode to explore. But I got up here and then I realized I forgot to bring more torches, so we have to head back and then we'll return and actually start digging. So off I go back along my very long mine shaft, which I'm probably going to time this trip, and I'll tell you once I'm done. So I've got to go get more torches and then we can actually get started, so I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I just timed the minecart trip and it's 1 minute and 13 seconds. That's a really long minecart trip. It's not like a super long amount of time, but I think it's really long for a minecart trip. So there and back, a trip there and back is 2 minutes and 26 seconds. And I'm proud of myself for doing that math in my head. So, I think I'm going to add more powered rails to speed it up a bit at some point. But for now, let's get torches. Are there any in here? Nope. Let's get torches, and I might bring some wood with me to make more as we go if we find coal. So hopefully I won't have to do this trip again. Ooh, dripstone. Okay, here we go, guys. I've got my torches. We're heading west, because this will take us nice and deep into the 1.17 area. Let's find that geode. Away! Ooh, a cave. Let me just make some shears so I can... I have so many pairs of shears now. Snip, 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 snip for me. Ooh. Don't lose that copper. And let's see if perhaps a cave might help lead us to a geode. And I'm also just going to light it up so we don't have to worry about mods. I always say mods. Mobs spawning here. Boop. Okay, so in my original tunnel, I was finding myself hitting the surface a lot. So I've headed back and dug down to Y20 to start again. So we're going to continue digging west, but we're at a new Y level now. I'm facing west, so off we go. Tunnel 2.0 at a slightly deeper point. No geode yet, but following a cave, I found this ravine, which could be fun to explore, and it might lead us to our much needed geode. But it also has these dripstone stuff, which I'm going to yoink. I'm pretty full, so I have to clear a spot. Alright, I forgot that happens. Let me just... we don't need this much cobble. If you turn... Oh, that's not my achievement. Never mind. You have to remember, if you get the dripstone blocks, you cannot turn the if you turn the dripstone into the blocks, you cannot turn it back, as I have accidentally discovered. So be careful with when you want to turn it into blocks. I advise keeping it in its point form, simply because you simply can't turn it back. But I will steal all of this, so I don't have to turn my dripstone. This is called dripstone? Pointed dripstone into blocks. I have to make sure I'm not standing under it when I mine the ones with the things on it, because they will give you a bonk. Hello, little guy. Come here. Come here. Come here, little guy. Can never have too many lottles. Yoink. Tee. Bucket of axolotl. All mine. Now let's get rid of the sauce block. And now we have water to tame another cute little lottle. Teehee. That's if we find one, of course. This... Guys! The little lottle! The little lottle led us to a geode! Yo! We found... Oh, it links to a cave. We did it, guys! We found one! Yes! I had no room in my inventory. Where's our whole inn? Where is it? I have to go clear a space for this. And what is this? Calcite. Calcite you can only find outside of geodes, I'm pretty sure. This is just... smooth basalt. So it's not normal basalt, it's smooth basalt. But we did it, guys! We found a geode! When you walk on it, it jingles. I'm assuming I need silk touch for this? Go back, cobble. Amethyst cluster. I'm assuming if I get it with my regular pick, I'll just get shards. But we found one, guys! We did it! Oops, I did not mean to do that. I want to keep it mostly intact, to keep it nice and pretty, because you cannot take the block that grows the crystals with you. Oh, so if they're not fully grown... Wait, I was using the wrong pickaxe. Oh, no. But, yes, if you mine them without silk touch, you get the shards. G.I. geode. Amethyst shards. Nice. So there was achievement for that, so it's not too bad. Oh, no, don't mind that. Mind the amethysts. That's not fully grown. This one's fully grown, though. Oh, I'm so happy. Beautiful. The sounds it's making. So I keep mining the wrong blocks. I'll take some of this with me. I want to figure out a way to incorporate this stuff into my build. I think it'll really add to the whole magical forest vibe I'm going for. So this is just like an empty area that exposes the geode. Let me just light it up so we don't get any mobs spawning in here. Ah, yes, so beautiful. It's so musical too. I don't know if you can hear that because I have the game turned down. But it makes such a beautiful sound. But yes, we found one. Ah, beautiful. Amazing. Poggers. Trying to think of words to say. But I'm going to harvest all these crystals to leave space for new ones to grow. And then I'm going to have to figure out a way to get here faster. I might keep hunting just in case there's one closer to base. But now we've got one. And I'm so happy. Okay, on my way back out, I've extended out our dripstone farm just to these 2 walls. It's not super big, but I don't really know what I want to do with them yet. I just want to know I have access to them if I do. I might let them grow so they meet just to see what it looks like since I'm not too desperate for dripstone. And I still put the block on the bottom just because I like the way it looks. but the excess can go in here. But that aside, I have a couple of tests I want to do with the amethyst. And by a couple, I mean I have one test that I want to do with the amethyst. Pop these away. Boop, boop. Oh, I have too much coal. And pop these in here for when I eventually get silk touch. I'm gonna hold on to this actually because it's very pretty. Got an axolotl with the others, but I have a test I want to do with the amethyst, and it's a very simple one. It will only take us a second because I have an idea of how I want to use it in our magic forest. I just have to find a place to try it. So let's just come down here to our pond. Can they be underwater? They can. They can be underwater. So I have intent and plans. So let me just grab this with the silk hook. A lottle on the surface. What are you doing here? I thought they only spawned underground. Let me just mirror you. What are you doing on the surface? How did you get here? I must have spawned at night. Because I only spawn in the dark. At least I thought they did. How bizarre. I wonder how he got here. Little sneaky fella. That's 2 new lottles to add to my ever-growing collection. But I have a plan. I was thinking, what if I made an underground crystal cavern for all of my lottles to live in? Because they like to live underground. That's where they spawn. And if I make a beautiful underground crystal pond, they can all live there. It's going to have to be quite big. Because as you saw, I have a lot of lottles. I like to call them lottles instead of axolotls, if you hadn't noticed. Okay, so the new one I got was white. But what color were you again, my little friend? You were also white. So we got 2 more white. Oh, that makes a whole row of white. I need to calm down. But yes, so that's just an aesthetic build. So I'm going to focus on our functional builds first, which is going to be the trading hall and the mob farm. I think I'm going to start with the trading hall, to be honest. I think that's far more important of a thing to get a hold of, which means I have to get a lot of wood for what I want to do for it. So let me just pop all this in here. Boop, 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 boop. Ta-da! Nice. Wait, where's my... There we go. Now they're all in there. Perfect. So I have to cook all of this stuff and go collect more wood, which is just another boring thing that I won't make you sit through. So I'll come back to you guys when I have something else fun to show. Quick thing before I go get that wood, I just remembered that we can make this now. I think, yes, 2 copper and a crystal. And we got ourselves a spyglass. Nyum, nyum. I really like the aesthetic of this. It's very steampunk. So you can zoom with this and then zoom again to get even further. So let's find something to look at so I can really show the effects of Optifine plus spyglass. So let's look at this lantern. Yes, very close. Then you push C and we get even closer. That's how strong the zoom can be if you combine the two. So even if you have Optifine, it's definitely worth making a spyglass. Okay, sadly, I didn't get to record as much of this as I wanted to. I wanted to show more of the middle steps, but the server decided to lag the hell out and it was messing with me being able to record. But I've added in this path that leads from the mine around the farm, terraformed this little bit of forest, and here is at least the outside, so far anyway, of the trading hall. It's a huge mossy stump. Basically, that's the idea. You come up here and I've added in the rings. They look really good on my map, so I'll show you that next. But I've only done the outside, so I'll just show you the outside. You come around and I've really taken advantage of all the new blocks to make it look very overgrown. I managed to add bamboo, just even more foliage. I just love making garden stuff. You come around, I got more mushrooms, and I practiced with making some big mushrooms that are growing out of the side. I thought I heard a monster, but I can't see one. But yeah, so it's a giant stump. I've got old roots coming through. I can't decide whether or not I'm small, and this is a normal size stump, because a little bit of bee lore for you. The character, GlitzCore, the bee, Bitashi, is only 6 inches tall, the tiny little bee creature. So I can't decide whether or not this is a normal size stump and I'm very small in Minecraft, or this is a giant stump. But this is the inside. I've set up these positions to put villagers in. Boop, 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 boop. And in here, for now, I'm going to make my brewing stuff But for now, I've trapped my foxes in there because they were escaping their... Are you guys making that noise? Noisy little guys. But for now, the foxes are trapped in here until I can build them a home. Because my base is becoming overrun with animals, like, extensively. I got my pig with a sail, just because why not? Excuse me. Can you go away? Oh, there we go, through his head. Die. Drop anything? Oh, what's this? Piercing, quick charge, and unbreaking. I have another one. I can combine them to get a better crossbow. Let me just go grab it. It's in here. There is currently a puddle in the middle of my house where I put axolotls sometimes. This is the occasional axolotl home. It's not there forever. It's just while I don't have a place to keep them. And here's where I keep my tools. There's the other crossbow. To the anvil. Okay, which way's cheaper? That one's 9. That one's 13. Nice. An even better crossbow. It's nowhere near as good as my bow. Flame, power, unbreaking infinity, but it's still pretty good. I mostly want to keep a crossbow to get rockets to fire out of, just for fun. I have nobody I need to really shoot with such a thing, but I just like owning stuff, you know? It's just fun to have things in Minecraft. My dripstone farm is going well. Actually, I'm gonna see if something a little cursed is still here. Because the other day, literally just yesterday, another friend joined Vanillacraft, NZ Bearable, another streamer, and you know how Rosette is living in my basement? NZ Bearable is living in Rosette's basement, so we're slowly going down. And if we get another Kiwi friend to join, they might live in Bearable's basement, so we'll just slowly go down further and further underground. But I'm gonna skip this road trip and I'm gonna see if the cursed thing is still there. Oh yes, it's still here. So Bear, we traveled out here, and since we were just having a big old scuffed time, everything was going wrong. Streams were dropping, people were unable to connect, and here Bear glitched out so bad he couldn't get into the game, so we killed him in hopes that then he would go back to spawn and be able to load in. But he left this very cursed gravestone. If you right click it, it doesn't give you back your stuff like the gravestones are meant to. So I took Bear's head and I was like, oh, I'll put it on top as like memorial, and this is what it did. That is Bear's head stuck in the gravestone upside down. It's just this weird cursed glitch in the mine, and as you can see, it's still here. It's not going away. It just exists. And while he was trying to get rid of it, buttons started appearing out of nowhere, just like all these buttons, and he was like, who's throwing buttons at me? Nobody was throwing buttons. It was just this weird glitch that kept going from bad to worse. When it first happened, when we first killed him, every time he logged in, you would see his dying animation again. So he'd be standing up and then he would fall over, but then his character's body would still be on the ground, just stuck there in perpetuity. On Bear's screen, he was falling through the ground, but for us, he was just there lying on the ground dead, not respawning. It was a mess. It was a mess. An amazing mess. Okay, hilarious glitches aside, I wanted to show you the map of the area. This is our map. It's a little bit covered by a plant, but that's alright. And here you can really see how the rings of the stump show. I think it looks really, really good. So just here you can see the treetop, and over there is my dock, and here is our tree stump. I really think it's going well. I think over here, or like over here, is where I will put the next build, which is going to be the mob farm. After we've got those two kind of more, I guess what you could call essential builds out of the way, I'm going to start making more aesthetic builds. I'm going to make a stable for our horses. I'm going to make a proper bigger farm, so like the chickens and like the farm are like a bit further away, so it's a little bit less cluttered. There's all these little things I want to do. Oh, you can see this is the turtle hut. I'll show you actually, because one of the things I was doing that I wanted to record was trying to get Scoots to make a turtle hat. You know the one? And I kept not being there and missing out on the turtles growing up to get the scoots. So now our little pond over here is filled with turtles from me trying and failing to get scoots. They just live here now. Got all these cats to keep my place safe from creepers. You can see like, all these turtles. That one's just chilling. All these turtles in the water. I did manage to get one. I now have a turtle helmet, but yeah. I might actually make a better looking turtle hut. I'm keeping that there because that's where all the turtles, when they lay eggs, like to go back to where they originally hatched from. This is something turtles also do in real life. Turtles in the wild will travel all the way back to the beach where they hatched to then lay their own eggs. It's just a little cute thing that they do, and they do this in Minecraft as well. So I'm keeping that marked out, and over there I'll eventually build a turtle hut for potentially further turtle breeding. And I've got like some nice pickles and stuff in here. At some point I'm going to travel to get coral and make this place even prettier. But for now, it's just turtle filled. Very, very turtle filled. And with all of that fun progress, I think I'm going to call an end for this episode. So thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like the video, and comment down below. Just anything really. You can tell me anything. Even just comment your favorite color. If you've reached the end of the video, comment your favorite color, and I'll know that you reached this point in the video. Just like a little secret. Like, give no context. Just make the comment. Like, in my case, my favorite color is purple, so just write purple, and that will be the whole comment, and no one will know what's going on if they didn't reach the end of the video. It will be our little secret. So, comment your favorite color down below if you reached this point in the video. Tell a friend, tell an enemy, and I will see all of you in the next episode. Bye-bye!